Hey guys, so I recently played Transformers Universe, and these are my first impressions. This is by no mean like a super review or anything. This is just when I first played it, this is what I immediately thought of it as a new person coming in with a fresh perspective on things. After playing the game for a few hours and leveling up a little bit and tweaking like customizations or whatever, I was like, hey, this game's okay. That's the overall feel of this game. It just feels okay. There's nothing that really stands out, but there's nothing that really brings the whole experience down outside of issues that are the result of the game being in beta. I mean, the gameplay is okay. It's solid, but it's not amazing. It's fun at times, but it's not fun all the time. The game kind of touts itself, I guess, as tactical, but there's nothing really tactical about it. It does have an interesting system with the weapons that where certain weapons do more damage to your shields or to your health, so you have to switch based on what situation you're in, and that could really affect combat, given with the abilities and the abilities that are in the game actually really have a huge impact on what you're doing. However, this is kind of like reduced by the fact that you can kind of just beat everybody if you have a higher number or just good team comp, and that just kind of trumps everything. I have yet to play a game where two teams had like solid team comp and they all know what they're doing. But of course, that's probably because of the fact that it was in beta. I really didn't encounter that at all. So I was like, oh. Because a lot of the times games, people would leave on my side or they would leave on their side, or like everyone would be like the same dude. And if you get a group of your friends and you play and you guys rotate which Transformers you are based on who's down and what's up, then you can pretty much just roll everybody. The shooting in the game feels okay, but none of the guns really wowed me. At least not with the starting Transformers, which we're going to use for a while, because buying new guys costs a while. But I mean, I guess you could just pay for it. Everything feels kind of like light and floaty. It's just there's nothing really heavy, and that's kind of disappointing because it's a Transformers game. You're supposed to be this heavy giant robot that transforms and you do all this awesome stuff, but it's not there. The running animation and just the sounds of everything, you just feel light. When you jump, you just kind of float in the air and you kind of float back down, and it's just kind of like, what? It just kind of feels bad. So another interesting point is the actual transforming, and this is interesting because I had played, after I played this game, I'd played War for Cybertron as like a reference to compare the two, and in that game the transforming was different because of the fact that there were trade-offs for being in each mode, and you could be in each mode the whole game. Like, it doesn't matter. You could have been in robot or vehicle form the whole game, and that would have been it. But you would have traded. There would have been certain trade-offs. In this game, that's not really there. You can transform into vehicle mode, but there's really nothing you can do really in it outside of get away. The boost is limited, unlike in other Transformers games, so you kind of can't really get away. And because the shooting is auto aim, you can't really escape. If your team dies and it's just you left and 3 opponents, you can't really escape. You can drive away, but everyone's just as fast as you with just the same amount of boost, so they always catch up and they'll probably always kill you. I don't know if this changes with the other Transformers, but this is what I experienced with the starting 3 characters. There's really, it just, in the other game, it doesn't have the hover mode, so that you can't really shoot unless you're directly chasing somebody. And it's just hard to control with the whole mouse. I mean, I wish that you could use the A and D keys to kind of turn and use the mouse to kind of look around so I could shoot. But at the same time, there's really all you're going to use vehicle mode for is going from point A to point B, and then you're just going to transform out of it. That's at least how I felt about it so far. I don't know if changing the abilities on it would really change anything, but there's really no reason to go in vehicle mode unless you're running away or you're going to combat. And even running away, you're probably not gonna survive out. I would say that the game modes are really fun and everything's really fast paced. I really enjoyed how fast everything was. Just how fast everything was, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Because even in the capture the points mode, the points that you captured, they you capture them really fast, so you just have to be there. Although it does feel the exact same as the deathmatch, only battles take place at specific areas. Like battles take place between points, or they take place at points. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how it is in most game modes like that. But I just thought, I was like, it feels the same. Most of the time, the characters are cool. Although I wish they had kept the character creation back way long back, like a long time ago. It gave you the, when you went on the website, it gave you like the option to like create your own transformers, right? And I thought that would be such a good idea to add to the game, but but now that it's not in, I feel like that could have really added. That really could have brought like people in. I would have probably played this game way longer if they had that. Mostly because that invests me into the game. That's like, oh, I put time into this. You know, I wanna progress this character rather than having, you know, just everybody has the same guy and you just reskin him. You know, it's not the same. I get it, but it's just, they should have just had it like classes. That would have added way more to the game, because even though you are kind of like different, you're all kind of like the same. It just feels like you're always the same people against the same other people. And you could, and you could just buy the other ones, but not many people that you're playing against have. And I just think that kind of takes away from the variety of the game, because it's like you're him, and that's it, you know. So yeah, I mean, I did have fun with the game. There's not much wrong with that. I mean, other than the fact that people leave all the time, and having a solid team means you are pretty much locked in the win. But honestly, my biggest problem with the game is that there's just no challenge. It's not, and this might be a result of the other players, but it's not hard, really. I mean, all you kind of do is you stand there and the game shoots for you, and they're trying to run away, and you just kind of move forward and shoot, and they're shooting at you, so you just kind of move to the side and move back out and shoot, or use the building as cover. You transform, you drive around the corner, you come back and you shoot with your team. And this game, there's nothing difficult about it. Either you win or you get beat. And it's not, I don't feel like I really have the option to change the outcome of games. I feel like when I'm playing, it's either like I'm gonna win this game or I'm gonna lose this game. I don't feel like if I'm losing a game, there's a comeback. And most of the time when you are losing a game, half your team is gonna leave anyway. So it's just like, oh, okay. And then because of the fact that when you're in the base, it automatically takes you out of the spawn, so you go out there just to die some more after your team is left. So that just really takes away what it could be. I don't know what they could do, but it's just an easy. It just feels easy when you win, and it's just when you don't win, it's just like, whatever. You know, they had a real team comp, but they had real communication. And if you really want to have fun and win in this game, I'd suggest you getting a big group of your friends and you guys just talking to each other and playing together and just having a good time destroying noobs, because really that's what it's going to be for the first, I don't know, few hours of the game.